Hi guys, I'm Sinia Glam, and in today's video, I will be sharing a few things that I do to keep me motivated about my diet plan. It's not easy. Nobody is perfect 24/7 and the whole year. Well, it's what I believe myself. So a few things that I do is like, first of all, I think everything starts with self-love. So if we love ourselves, our bodies, and we take care of our well-being, that is kind of like the first step towards a diet. And mostly everything in life, but in this case, specifically speaking about my diet plan, what keeps me motivated is self-love, protect my well-being, remind myself that I'm in charge of my body in some way. I'm the responsible of everything. I'm the responsible of my choices, of what I put inside of my body, and it's daily choices because every day is different. Maybe today, and also some days may be easier than others. Some days are harder. Why? Because let's say if I have a bad day that everything it was really bad, like the first thing I could think is like throw myself in food, binge eating, or eat my emotions. But that is not a solution. It's not going to solve anything. And that is the same with any addiction, with alcohol, drugs. You may do it, but it will not solve anything. So the same with food. Food can become an addiction. So, what I remind myself is like is one day at a time. One day at a time. Every day I try to do my best. Is why I have this type of agenda with my daily meals, and even I put a heart when I accomplish the day because it's kind of like and accomplish for myself like you made it, one more day, because it's kind of like that, like one day at a time. Every day is different. Every day come with so many different things that can happen, so many things going on. Everybody have things to deal with, some with family, work, relationships, so many things at the same time. So yes, so let's say some days are easier than others, of course. So when I have my agenda because it's one day at a time. So every day I track what I eat, what I drink, and when I accomplish that day, I put a heart in everything that I drink on that day, everything that I ate on that day, because I did it. One more day. Now, for the days that may be harder, because I've been in that situation where I've been in a bad place in my life where I feel like, oh, let's do that, especially when the pandemic started, that I was kind of like the lockdown. I had a lot of like up and downs with my weight because I was losing, gaining, losing. So it was a disaster. So much excess of everything, alcohol, food, so many things. But so it was kind of like I was doing excess of everything and then feeling really bad and then just stopping everything and being really healthy and then coming back again. So it was kind of like a not the best things to do. Not recommended. But I think a lot of people went through things similar like that because it was just something that happened unexpectedly. But like life is not just a pandemic, is life is about everything. Sometimes you have issues at work or with family or in your relationships or with friends, etc. So, okay, so for the easiest days, it's a great achievement. I did my diet plan, I accomplished everything, everything went smoothly. For the hardest days, when it's a bad day and I feel sad, depressed, or something happened that is out of my control, in my power, whatever. So I just remind myself, okay, if I do that, how I'm going to feel after? I'm going to feel like trash, like shit. That is the truth. I'm going to feel really bad. And also, how long is going to take me to lose that. Yeah. Okay, to lose that weight that I'm going to gain. So, and also many times I think about it. If I've been doing great, let's say for a month, for a week, even for a day, let's say yesterday I did great. I'm going to throw all my effort of yesterday in 1 hour today or in 30 minutes that I will overeat maybe a pizza or uh, eat bigger portions and everything. So I I kind of play with my mind and then I feel like no, because it's going to take me so much time to lose that. It's going to I'm gonna feel really bad after that, mentally and physically, because I will be feeling like I overeat and whatever, and mentally like I'm a failure, that I was like crap, and in the top of everything I eat like shit. So this is so for the bad days is kind of like what I do. I kind of negotiate with myself. So I try to do things that are not related to food. For example, have a walk, watch a movie, listen to music. If I have the opportunity because I'm at home, I take a nap or uh, you know, uh, do things that are not related to food. I also have a nice roller for my face that I do a facial, kind of like a facial. And the eyes have a lot of benefits for the skin, for the brain. So when I feel kind of like that, I start to do this ice roller in my face and neck, and it's kind of like it's so freezing and everything. So I just forget about it. Or if it's the night, I just sleep earlier, and then the next day I feel like, thanks God I didn't do. So that is kind of like a few things. Okay, like I say, nobody's perfect. It's gonna be days in the year that no matter how you negotiate with your mind or how much I try, it's gonna be a day of failure. And sometimes not necessarily because it's a bad day, because it's just to enjoy, especially a weekend or a trip. If I go to the airport, I feel like to eat little snacks, little things. Uh, sometimes it's just part of like just to feel pleasure. But usually I try to not do that, but I've been in that situation that I feel like, okay, let's do it. Okay. So when it happened those days, that it's impossible to control, or maybe it's kind of like you are in a group or with people, like everybody's enjoying. So, okay. So what I do, is like, okay, fuck it. I do it. And then, the next day, I kind of like I do juicing, I do calorie deficit. I try to go back in track the next day, but the next day, because if you do the second day, the third day, the fourth day, and then it become a habit, and then you do 1 week, 1 month, and then it's a disaster because the more you gain, the harder it is to lose because it's not gonna be overnight. So it's kind of like what I do. Another thing, so it's like a daily motivation, a daily choice. But when I'm in social environments and everything, for me nowadays it's kind of like easier because I don't really have much craving because I've been doing this diet for so long. And so I have few bad days during the year, but I try my best to go back in track the next day if I do that, if it happens. But I try not because I know it will cost me. It will cost me a lot of time, energy, and stuff like that. So why to go through that, just for a moment, a very short moment. And it's a daily motivation. It's a daily choice. Another thing that motivates me is like my size of dress is extra small and small, depending on the texture. And in pants and skirts, like a zero, double zero. depending on the texture as well. So I just buy always since many years the same size of clothes. I'm not buying any other size than that because that is a reminder to myself that that is who I am, that is what I want to be, that is my choice, that is how I feel great about myself. And in that specific size is how I feel comfortable with myself. So that is what I do, you know? So that helps a lot. But yes, you have to be a lot with the mindset as well. To be strong, to have the willpower to say no. No is no, and nobody can force you. I also experience the lot like let's say if I'm too skinny, people criticize. If for some reason you gain weight, few pounds, 1 pound, whatever, people will criticize that, oh, you are gaining weight. And so my point to say that is like always, always, as the part of the world we are living, criticism is gonna be there no matter what. Even for unknown people, like social media, like the haters, like people that comment that don't even know you. But it doesn't matter. I feel like it is important to know who you are and what you want for yourself. And it's what I do for me. I know who I am. I know what is the ideal weight for myself, how I feel comfortable with my body. And if other people say, for others, maybe I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm skinny, or they don't like my body, some they like, that is their personal opinion. That doesn't affect who I am. And has been a long journey for me to come to this point because when I was a teenager, it affected me a lot, the opinion of others, especially as a girl that your body come through a lot of changes, you know. And as a teenager, yes, it affected me a lot. In my 20s, maybe less than when I was teenager. But now that I'm in my 30s, I own who I am and I'm much more strong as a woman, as a person, as a human being, because almost all my life I've been through judgment, criticism, negativity. It's a good side as well. I've been a part of positive things, people giving compliments and makes you feel good. But I'm talking like just focusing a little bit on the negative side. Why? Because that is the challenge. For me, it's not important what other people say, think, or comment about myself, my body, my lifestyle. I've been criticized a lot because I'm vegan, like why, or they criticize the food that I eat. People that are not vegan, especially, of course. It's very rare that a vegan criticize another vegan, but yes, so I just remind myself, I know who I am. I know how I feel great with my body. I know that way that I feel comfortable. And if I gain weight or lose, it's my own responsibility to be healthy. And the opinions of others, it doesn't affect me. It's what they think. They may not change, or I don't know, but that is none of my business. My business is to protect myself, my well-being, and to be happy with my choices, with who I am, and why I'm doing it. So that is my priority. That is the few things that I do, and I think also is very spiritual to know that our bodies are a temple. Our souls live in our body that God give us to live in. So it is important to protect as much as you can. Nobody is perfect. Nobody, I think, on earth in the world is gonna be like the perfect diet, the perfect things 24/7, every day of the year. But at least 95% of the time, try. Every day is a choice. So this is the few things that I do. I hope it can help in some way, but always remember, I'm just sharing what I do, what it works for me, but everybody is completely different. So if you want to start a vegan journey, not necessarily vegan, but if you want to start a new diet plan, or if you are in that journey to lose weight, always make sure you go to your doctor, make sure everything is correct and it's great for you, for your health. The priority is to be healthy and to be the best version of yourself as possible. Because if you feel great, is what you are going to project. You are going to project something amazing, someone that is have self-confidence, that is strong. Because doing a diet plan and to take care of yourself is for a strong people, because when you are weak, you fail in advertisings of pizza, cheeseburgers, greasy food, overeating, binge eating. You spend the whole money in that. But if you have self-respect, self-love, a strong mindset, and you are determined that you want to become the best version of yourself, you are going to make it happen. Being vegan or non-vegan, but you are going to do it because everybody have the capabilities to be the best version of themselves. Everybody, no exception. So if you are watching this video and you want to start this new journey, please do it because you will feel amazing. You will feel great. Life is once, it's short. So why not living at their best? You know? Nobody knows how many years you're going to live, but it is important as we get older to take care as much as we can. So we don't want to take all these pills or to have a lot of problems. We want to be as healthy as possible. So thank you so much for watching my videos. I am Sinia Glam and I see you next time. Bye.